All right, buckle up, everybody, because this weekend we have a Bundesliga showdown brewing. It's Bayer Leverkusen versus Bayern Munich at the Bay Arena on Saturday.
Yeah, this is going to be huge. Leverkusen's got that incredible home record, and Bayern, well, they always bring the heat. It's going to be a tactical battle for sure.
You know, both these teams are coming in hot right now, Leverkusen especially. 5 wins, a draw, and just 1 loss in their last 7.
Absolutely, and let's not forget how strong they are at home, averaging almost 3 goals a game at the Bay Arena. Plus, their defense has been rock solid, conceding less than 1 per game there.
That's some serious home field advantage. But you know Bayern is no slouch. 4 wins, 2 draws, and 1 loss for them in their last 7. And of course, they've got Harry Kane. I mean, come on, Harry Kane in the Bundesliga.
Yeah, it still feels a little strange to say that, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's happening. He's there, and he is scoring goals. However, Leverkusen knows how to handle high pressing. Remember that win against Dortmund earlier this season?
Oh, yeah, I remember that one. Leverkusen just shut down Dortmund's midfield completely.
Exactly. Forced turnovers high up the pitch and capitalized on those mistakes. That's the blueprint they'll probably try to use against Bayern, especially since Bayern has looked a little shaky against aggressive pressing this season.
Interesting. So maybe this is Leverkusen's chance to really exploit some of Bayern's weaknesses, especially with David Alaba suspended for this match.
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? Alaba is their best defender when it comes to handling pressure and playing out from the back. His absence could really disrupt Bayern's build-up play against Leverkusen's intense press. But then again, Leverkusen might have their own issues with Kerem Demirbay potentially out.
Oh, he picked up that knock, right? That's not good. He's
so
so crucial to Leverkusen's midfield.
Yeah, he really dictates their tempo. If he can't play, it's going to be a massive loss for Leverkusen.
All right, let's talk about some of these key players. If Demirbay is out, who do you think needs to step up for Leverkusen?
Well, first, you've got Florian Wirtz. He's the young playmaker, the creative spark plug for Leverkusen. Without Demirbay, he'll have even more responsibility to create chances and control the game.
And up front.
You can't forget about Adam Plošek. He's got a real knack for finding the back of the net, and he's been in top form recently. He'll be a crucial player in their attack, that's for sure.
Makes sense. What about on the Bayern side? Obviously, they've got Kane, but it can't just be a one-man show, right?
Of course not. Bayern's midfield is still the heart of that team. Joshua Kimmich, he's like the conductor, dictating the tempo and spreading the ball around.
Right.
Then you have Leon Goretzka. He's all over the pitch, box to box, breaking up plays, supporting the attack. He does it all.
So basically, we're looking at a classic clash of styles here. Leverkusen with their high-pressing, quick transitions, and Bayern with their possession-based counterattack.
Exactly. 2 different philosophies going head-to-head. It's going to be fascinating to see who can impose their style on the game. Leverkusen will want to force Bayern into mistakes high up the pitch and then punish them on the break. But Bayern will be looking to control possession, wear down Leverkusen's defense, and create chances with their individual brilliance.
I can't wait. This is going to be good.
It is. It is. A real tactical chess match.
You know, with Leverkusen's defense being so tight at home this season, that double chance bet on a Leverkusen win or a draw is looking pretty good, especially since Bayern might struggle without Alba at the back.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. The odds for a double chance on Leverkusen are sitting at 1.47, so not a bad payout and a bit safer than just betting on an outright win. And, you know, considering how strong both these teams are offensively, that both teams to score bet might be worth a look too.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, it's hard to picture this one ending scoreless with the kind of firepower both teams have. What are the odds on that one? Something like 1.65, right?
Right around there, yeah. And along those same lines, over 2.5 goals is sitting at about 1.67. Leverkusen tends to rack up goals at home, and Bayern loves to attack, so that one feels like a pretty solid option too.
All right, let's get into some parlays now. Our sources here have 2 different parlay options laid out, one that's more aggressive, one that's a bit more conservative. Can you walk us through those?
Sure. So the aggressive parlay combines both teams to score, over 2.5 goals, and a home win. Or you could swap that home win for a double chance on a home win or draw to play it a little safer. The odds on that one come out to about 4.8.
Okay, that's a pretty juicy payout, but definitely a bit riskier. What about the more conservative parlay option?
Right, so if you want to play it a bit safer, the conservative parlay combines both teams to score with over 1.5 goals. The odds on that one are sitting around 2.10.
Got it. Lower risk, lower reward as always. All right, so let's talk actual scores. What's the source predicting here?
Well, they're thinking this one's going to be pretty close. Potentially a 1-1 draw or maybe a 2-1 result either way. But with the home field advantage, they're giving Leverkusen a slight edge.
A tight, potentially low-scoring match, huh? You know what? Sometimes those are the most exciting ones. All that tension just keeps building and building.
Yeah, but with these two teams, you never really know, do you? We could easily see a goal fest. I mean, you can throw the stats out the window when you have this much attacking talent on the pitch.
So true. That's what I love about football, the unpredictability. But, you know, even beyond the odds and the predictions, what's really got you intrigued about this match, just from a pure football perspective?
It's got to be the tactical battle. I mean, you've got Leverkusen's super disciplined defense going up against Bayern's incredible attacking flair. And then with those potential key players missing on both sides, it just adds another layer of intrigue. You know, if Demirbay out for Leverkusen, who steps up in that midfield? And how does Bayern deal with that gap in their defense without Alaba? These are the questions that could decide the match.
Yeah, it's like a puzzle, right? If you take out one crucial piece, how do all the other pieces adjust? And with Leverkusen, it's not just about replacing Demirbay's skill set, it's about maintaining that balance, that chemistry in the midfield.
Exactly. It's a team effort. You might see someone like Robert Andrich take on more defensive responsibilities. And then maybe Florian Wirtz has to shoulder even more of the creative burden in attack. I think this could be a real opportunity for some of Leverkusen's other players to step up and show what they can do under pressure.
That's one of my favorite things about football, you know? Sometimes it's not just about the star players. Sometimes it's about those unexpected moments, those individual performances that can totally change the game.
Absolutely.
Okay, so we've covered the form, the key players, the tactical battle, the betting insights, but I gotta ask, if you had to put your money on it, who are you backing in this one?
Oh, you're trying to get me in trouble here. All right. If I had to choose, I'd probably lean towards Leverkusen. Their home form has just been so dominant, and Bayern might just be a bit too vulnerable defensively without Alaba. But that's just my gut feeling.
Yeah, I'm still on the fence, but either way, I'm expecting a high-scoring match. At least 3 goals for me.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised at all. But let's not forget that a tight 1-0 win for either side is totally possible too.
Yeah.
That's the thing about football. Anything can happen.
So true. All right, before we wrap this up, I want to leave our listeners with one last thought. So we talked about how important Kerem Demirbay is to that Leverkusen midfield, right? So if he and Addis injured, which Leverkusen player needs to step up and fill that void? It's a tough question because, well, there's not really a like-for-like replacement on that roster.
No, not really. It's going to be interesting to see who takes on that responsibility. Maybe it's not even just one player. Maybe it's more of a collective effort. You know, a few different guys stepping up their game in different ways.
I like that, stepping up collectively. Maybe Robert Andrich becomes a bit more defensively minded and Florian Wirtz has to shoulder a bit more of the playmaking loads. Like, the whole team has to kind of find a new balance if Demirbay isn't there.
Yeah, exactly. You've got it. It could be a chance for some of those other Leverkusen players, you know, the ones who don't always get the headlines, to really shine. Prove that they can handle the pressure of a big game like this.
All right, so for all you listeners out there, who do you think will be Leverkusen's unsung hero if Demirbay can't play? Hit us up on social media. Let us know your thoughts, your predictions, your hot takes on this match. Maybe even lay down a friendly wager if you're feeling lucky. But as always, gamble responsibly.
Of course. And speaking of predictions, don't forget to mark those calendars, folks. It's Leverkusen versus Bayern, Saturday, February 15th. Kickoff at 5:30 p.m. UK time. It's going down at the Bay Arena.
We'll be back next week to break down all the action, all the goals, the tactics, everything. We'll analyze what went right, what went wrong, and of course, who came out on top. This one's going to be a must-watch match for sure.
Absolutely. Until then, keep exploring the beautiful game. Keep learning, keep diving deep.
See you next time, everybody.